The Nespresso Inissia is one of the best-selling coffee machines in the Nespresso Original range. If you want to see how it works, learn about its main features, and find out what sets it apart from other Nespresso models, don't miss this video. Surely the first thing you are wondering is how this machine prepares coffee. Well, the first thing you should know is that, like all Nespresso models, the Inissia has 19 pressure bars, which allows you to prepare espresso coffees with that intense aroma and that characteristic layer of foam of this type of coffee. But keep in mind that the operation of all Nespresso machines is very similar. Their internal mechanics are almost identical and therefore, regardless of the price, they all prepare the same coffee. Don't think that more expensive machines make better coffee. The price differences between the different models are justified by other aesthetic and functional factors that I will show you in the video. As for the aesthetic and material section, well, comment that the Inissia is a very good quality coffee maker, very well finished. As you can see, the body of the machine is made of very good quality hard plastic. And then it has another series of elements that are finished in hard plastic too, in this case in black. If we compare it with other higher-end coffee machines such as the Pixie or the Saitais, which of course are also more expensive, it is true that some finishes of the machine such as the ring, the nozzle or the capsule tank and the tray are black plastic. You can see a good quality plastic, but it is true that these machines that I was talking about have little details, made with chrome that give them a metallic appearance that gives them a superior appearance. Anyway, if it does not seem like an important issue, it is true that due to the price savings that this machine supposes, it is worth it. This Inissia model is manufactured by two brands Krups and DeLonghi. Although the truth is that the differences are minimal as you can see in the photo. They work exactly the same. Only some aesthetic aspects vary, such as the shape of the coffee dispensing nozzle and the front part of the used capsule container. Another factor to take into account is that the Krups model is available in white and red, and the DeLonghi model in cream and black. Otherwise the two models of both brands are almost identical. As for the measurements, the Inissia measures 11.5 centimeters wide, 10 high, and 36.9 deep, which places it in a medium size within the Nespresso range. On a functional level, things that you should know about this machine. One of them is the water tank. It is a water tank with a capacity of 0.7 liters, which is a common measure in Nespresso coffee machines. Think that the Essenza Mini, which is a smaller coffee maker, has a capacity of 0.6 liters, which is practically the same. The Pixie, which is a machine very similar to this one, also has a capacity of 0.7, and if we want a greater capacity, we already have to jump to a coffee maker like the Saitais, which is much more expensive, and another brand, such as the Philips L'Or Barista, that it also holds 1 liter. Also bear in mind that the tank can be completely removed, making it very easy to move, so that it can be filled more comfortably, and another aspect that is practical, and that not all Nespresso coffee machines have, is that the cap is attached to the tank by this tab. This may seem silly, but it is quite practical, especially if we have the coffee maker located in a corner of the kitchen, and the tank is not entirely accessible. In this way we will always lift the cap, and to refill the tank can never fall behind the coffee maker. Another aspect that you must take into account when buying an Nespresso machine is the capacity of the used capsule container. In this case, the starter has a capacity for 11 used capsules, which for me is clearly one of the advantages it has over another of the models that is in a similar price range. As is the Essenza Mini, it is a much more compact coffee maker, smaller and only has capacity for 6 used capsules. With which in the day-to-day, it can be a bit heavy when we are in a hurry in the morning, for example, having to empty the tank to be able to prepare coffee. In this case, this coffee machine has practically double the capacity, which is also a capacity equal to higher-end coffee machines such as the Pixie or the Saitais, which also have capacity for 11 capsules. With which it is a point in favor of this machine. Another important issue to bear in mind is that if we like to drink our coffee with milk in a large cup, as you can see, if we try to place a cup underneath here, it does not fit well and we do not have enough space. But this cup rest tray is foldable and we can raise it, and thus we have enough space to put a cup or a larger glass and thus be able to prepare our coffee. Yes, it is true that when removing it there are times that it falls alone and sometimes not. If it stays up here, sometimes some droplets fall and we can stain the countertop, and that can be a little uncomfortable. But hey, just what you have to do is remember to lower it once you take the cup out from under the machine. And now that we know a bit more about this Nespresso coffee machine, it's time to find out its price. At the time of recording this video, the price of the Nespresso Inissia is the one you can see on the screen now. As you can see, within the Nespresso original range, it is one of the most economical coffee machines you can currently buy. However, keep in mind that there are often interesting deals for coffee machines of this type, so we recommend checking the link that appears on the screen now or those you will find in the description and comments of this video. We hope you found the video interesting and, above all, that it helps you decide if the Nespresso Inissia Original is the coffee machine you are looking for. And remember, on our channel, you can find many other coffee machines like this one. If you want to know more about them, don't miss the videos that follow. See you in the next video. Take care.